Derek, Glen, and Mike wrapping things up on BTN Live, and it's time for our weekly power rankings. You have to fill in for Howard. I hope the shoes are nice and warm for you.
He'll be better than Howard.
Glen, the 5 best teams in the conference right now, starting at number 5.
Number 5, I've got the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Yeah, they lost to Michigan State last week, 8-4 in the year. Very improved defensively. They're running the ball. They get a passing attack. Watch out.
3 Legends teams at 8-4. So how we decipher? And I had a hard time. I wanted to put Nebraska at number 5, but I decided not to. I went with you as well with Minnesota at
Where
number 5.
did you go to school?
I went to Minnesota.
Okay.
We had to get it at some point, right? But no, I mean, they beat Nebraska, and I think they've had a great season this year.
Number 4, I've got the Iowa Hawkeyes. You know, I've been high on these guys coming down the stretch. For years, I said, Brack, I don't recognize that Hawkeye defense. I recognize it now. They gotten better and better. Number 4.
4 losses this year for the Hawkeyes. The teams that they've lost to combined 43-4. So they haven't lost to any bad teams. And I've got Iowa at the same position as well. Remember, this is a team that was 4-8 last year. And a lot of people were talking about Kirk Ferentz. Not so much. 8-4 this year.
I'd probably get another raise, huh? Why not? Number 3, I've got the Wisconsin Badgers. Very disappointing final game in Camp Randall. We talked about it. I don't think they showed up to play. I guarantee you they'll show up in the bowl game. There'll be a bad draw for whoever gets to play them in the bowl game.
Yeah, it's tough to talk about the power rankings this week when they come off a bad loss, but I would agree with you here, Coach. I mean, still 9-3 on the season. Still a very good football team. They've got a really good nucleus, and I think that whoever it is that they're going to end up playing in the bowl game, they're going to match up great against them because I think Wisconsin can play with anyone in the country. And I agree with you. I think they're going to come out with a little bit of anger in that game.
Yeah, they'll be all business in that bowl trip. Number 2, I've got the Michigan State Spartans. Only 1 loss, a 4-point loss to Notre Dame. Very questionable pass interference calls in that game, I might add. I watched that film. I'd be very upset if I'm Mark D'Antonio. I don't think I can get fined for talking about officials, but very questionable calls, but as good a defense as you'll find.
So we're not formally, Mike, asking for predictions for this weekend or anything, but I guess because of the fact that I'm agreeing and I have Michigan State at number 2, I guess it doesn't really say what we're going to pick this weekend, but this one is more or less just by default. I mean, Ohio State has been a great team this season. They haven't lost, but Michigan State is going to give them an outstanding test this weekend in Indy.
Well, the only team left, obviously, is Ohio State.
No, there's a few other ones left.
Yeah, but well, you can take one, but I'm not. I'm going to take Ohio State, and yeah, they escaped with a victory against Michigan. I want to congratulate Brady Hoke again for having the guts to go for that 2-point conversion. But I really, when I look at Ohio State, they have as dangerous an offense as there is any place in the country.
I mean, I thought about maybe going with another team, but I guess the safe one would be the number 2
Who are you thinking about, by the way? I'm just kind of curious.
I mean, maybe Illinois, Purdue? No?
No?
Okay, not so much. No, yeah, Ohio State. I mean, you can't get around the fact they are. I mean, there's a reason that they're potentially going to play in a national championship is because they are very good all around.
And first things first, they have to play the number 2 team on both of your lists, Michigan
That's right.
State.